Now, they haven't played like a great team this year, but when they do put it together, I think they're really good and can play with anyone. As evidence of what they did to the Rams a week ago, I think they take care of business and win. And I think going into Giants Stadium and beating the Giants week 17, I don't think that's necessarily a gimme. So do I feel great about it after the performance from the Cowboys? No. But I think the reason I'm picking Dallas is because I think that they would be the more dangerous team if they make it into the postseason.
So it's an overreaction for me, but I don't agree with Timmy's explanation.
Very good answer. Very good answer.
We understand. So not for the same reason.
It's not about believing in Dallas to beat Washington or believing in the Dallas Cowboys as a team. I think they will beat Washington, but it's going to be tough to go into New York and get this win. That team knows.
I said that.
But you went way on the Dallas side. You know, and you have to think about what it took for this Philadelphia Eagles team to beat the New York Giants on Monday night with Eli Manning. The way that Eli Manning was able to push the ball down the field early on in that game in the first half to Darius Slayton and get some plays behind the defensive backs of the Philadelphia Eagles. And it took a great drive by Carson Wentz and some of the, I guess I can call them replacement players, there to tie the game up. And then Carson Wentz was perfect in overtime in leading that team to a touchdown. So it's going to take a good game by the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's just not a foregone conclusion that they will win that game. And is it probable? Is it possible? Yes, but it's going to be a fight, and they're going to have to go in there ready to play.
It's not an overreaction. I think the Eagles will win the division, but I certainly would say of the two games, Redskins at the Cowboys, and then the Eagles at the Giants, the Eagles have a tougher task winning in New York, like you guys believe. Because, you know, Daniel Jones coming off a 5-touchdown game, but Saquon Barkley is healthy.
Yes.
If he isn't healthy, then he's going to run for 500 yards.
He had the strongest left ACL in football.
Yeah.
He made a cut yesterday. God,
but I'll say this. Here's why I believe in the Eagles. When they were playing the Giants last time, they were just getting used to these young guys. All of a sudden, Greg Ward Jr. Is starting to feel like, okay, I belong here.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders. I think these young guys, Boston Scott, even Dallas Goedert, you know, with Zach Ertz having the rib injury. I think those guys, all of a sudden, their energy and their confidence have picked up. So I think they'll even play better than they did last time against the Giants and win the division.
You mentioned Zach Ertz. He suffered a fractured rib on Sunday. The timetable for his return is up in the air.
He'll be fine.
Mort says they'll rub some dirt on it and he'll be fine. Dwayne Haskins, though, has been ruled out for the Redskins, so he will not start against the Dallas Cowboys. All right, shall we continue?
We shall.
We shall. Lamar Jackson will not start in Week 17. In all likelihood, the smartest play for the Baltimore Ravens if they give their quarterback, the MVP frontrunner, 2 full weeks off. Mark Ingram also won't play in this game, but that's not a resting situation. That's an injury deal. But here's how it stands as we take a look at the AFC playoff picture. For the first time in history, the Ravens will have home field advantage. Baltimore will have the top seed no matter what happens in Week 17. So clearly they can afford to rest some starters. The Patriots have the inside trick for the other AFC bye if they take care of business against the Dolphins on Sunday. So Overreaction Monday continues with this. The Ravens are a lock for the Super Bowl, having clinched the AFC's top seed. Ryan Clark.
This is an overreaction, and they are my favorite. I think that they're the best team in the NFL. But Jeff has been there. Tim has been there. Mort's covered it forever. The playoffs.
Forever, Mort. You got it forever.
The playoffs, though, it's a one-day fight. You have to be better than that team on that day. And even though the New England Patriots haven't looked great, they seem like they found a formula against the Buffalo Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs are starting to play defense very well. Since Mexico City against the Chargers, they haven't given up more than 17 points. No touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, and we know what Patrick Mahomes can do. And so it's not going to be a cakewalk in the AFC. To me, are the Baltimore Ravens the most complete team? Absolutely. But you mean to tell me if Patrick Mahomes gets hot, if Tom Brady finds an outside receiver, N'Keal Harry continues to play well, and that defense picks up, as we know Bill Belichick has been known to do when you give him a day to stop what you do best, this is going to be a very interesting AFC playoffs. The Ravens are the favorite, but it's not a foregone conclusion that they will be the team to represent the AFC.
I agree with Ryan. It's an overreaction. The Patriots, the Chiefs, and the Bills, I think all have the ability to beat the Ravens. The Ravens' path is going to be a hard path. Now, I would agree with you, Ryan. I think they're the favorite. No one really has stopped them, especially as of late. But I also think there's going to be an element that changes in that they're going to rest Lamar Jackson for 2 weeks. He has played in the postseason before, but I just think that there is also another energy of the postseason. You alluded to it. I don't know that, like, they've made the regular season look easy, and I think that there's going to be different wrinkles. Like, Bill Belichick's going to have a different plan to how to defend him. He's faced him a couple times now. There's going to be a different plan, you know, to see him. So I think when you do that, to me, I don't think it's a lock. I just don't.
I'm going not an overreaction here. I'm going to take the.
So you gonna crown him?
You gonna crown him?
Crown
Crown him right now. Crown him.
That's censored, by the way.
Yes.
Nice try.
Exactly. Listen, I said this a few weeks ago. I love what the Ravens have done. I think them resting the next couple weeks is going to be important. I agree. I think the last couple weeks, I think everybody fell in love with the NFC, talking about how hard their playoff runs were going to be. The AFC, everybody has kind of ramped up, right? So I agree with you on the Chiefs. I agree with you on the Patriots. Bills, probably not in the same boat with you on that one, that they would give them a chance. But that being said, I think clearly this team is the best team in the AFC, right? And they're playing the best. Okay. And here's the thing about them. I don't know if this is all because of Lamar Jackson, but even yesterday when they started slow, the game didn't look good. They don't ever come out of who they are. And they have this ability to find themselves at whatever moment. And it goes from, you look like this is going to be an ugly game, to now they scored 14 points in 2 minutes and you don't know how.
Right.
And
we were sitting there 21 at one point.
And you're like, what happened? It's a bad day and they're up 21.
More happened. That's what happened.
And it's that ability. And whether it's the Patriots defense, whether it's the Kansas City Chiefs defense, that's tough to stop, man. Like, when they get humming, that thing, you're playing 11 on 11 football. That does not happen in the NFL very often, okay? Yeah. Even with Patrick Mahomes, as good as he is, it's still 10 on 11, man. When you go 11 on 11 ball, and after he got banged up, and they still called a quarterback counter, that's freaking gutsy. I mean, that's the call of all calls. They're willing to do it. I think, you know, John Harbaugh does a great job of getting everybody to buy in, pushing all the chips in. It's impressive. I'm going not an overreaction.
It's an overreaction because we said they're a lock. You can't be a
that's
lock.
a strong
Listen,
word.
Bill Belichick.
See, that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Yeah, when
Pipe down, okay? It's not a lot.
But here's the thing. It's not a lot. Bill Belichick, we saw that team start to morph this past week when he said this is like a playoff game. They're going to continue to morph into something closer to what we're accustomed to. The other thing is, if you watch Patrick Mahomes play football the last couple of weeks, and that defense, as you noted, so I think that either one of those two teams, you have to feel good about. So I would say they're not a lock. I like them.
Everybody's scared to say it. I said it. Everybody's scared.
Everybody wants to say it.
They're my favorite. I love them a lot. They're not. Everybody wants to tippy toe. I jumped in. Some of us want the little beach entrance into the pool. Some want to jump in the deep end. I'm a deep end type of guy.
All right. Yes, you are.
That's where I am.
Jeff Saturday, back everybody. Here we go. Speaking of the Chiefs, Jeff Saturday, they are still alive for a first-round bye. They trail the Patriots by a game, though. New England can clinch the 2 seed with a win at home against the Dolphins or a loss by the Chiefs against the Chargers. A Miami upset would open the door for Kansas City to steal that bye. All right, I like this. Rapid-fire overreaction, okay, involving some teams in the playoff mix. Shall we, Jeff? The Patriots need a first-round bye.
Not an overreaction. Listen, this team, you saw what they do with time. Tim alluded to it. When they get more time to be able to script for people and plan for people, they won't just plan for one team. They'll plan for multiple. They understand how to do this in the playoffs, but they need it. They need to get their guys healthy, get everybody kind of back to full strength, and Tom Brady feeling comfortable, especially with the elbow being hurt up. You've seen him icing up. All of those things lead me to say, yes, the Patriots do need a first-round bye.
All right, fair enough. Mort, how about this? The Bills will win the AFC East next season. If they did, by the way, that would snap the Patriots' 11-year run.
Not an overreaction. Whoa! Listen, with Brandon being the general manager and the head coach, Sean McDermott, have been building, I think they arrived a year early for double-digit wins. And I think once they take the training wheels off Josh Allen, you'll see a guy who is capable of carrying a football team, even with the mistakes, even with the inaccuracies. And I like what they're building. And one more offseason, and they're going to be there. And oh, by the way, I don't know who's going to be playing
Well,
quarterback
we know
for the
who won't be
Patriots.
working for Kraft Productions anytime soon.
That's right, Mort. You'll have to stay with
I don't know who's playing
us.
quarterback for the Patriots next year,
I
okay?
didn't.
But we
I
get
didn't
to see
know
this.
Josh Allen
There's
still
Jeff
used training
Saturday.
wheels.
That's Jeff Saturday right there, everybody. You Tim, the Titans were smart to set Derrick Henry had the hamstring issue. Sunday, the Titans clinched the wild card berth with a win next week in Houston.
Not an overreaction. The other thing they should have done better is rest Ryan Tannehill and a couple of other players.
Did he get hurt?
Well.
Is he out for the year?
He didn't get hurt, but he took a brutal hit late in that football game. Look, the game meant nothing to the Titans. And, yeah, they were competitive in it. They lost the game anyway. It didn't matter. And so now they have a healthier Derrick Henry for the game that does matter. And wouldn't have been crazy to see some other guys healthier. Like even if you're going to play Tannehill, I'd like to see him come out of the game late in that game.
Yeah.
So, but smart not to play Ryan Tannehill, to answer your question.
Okay, fair enough. Ryan, the Steelers will return to Super Bowl contender status with a healthy Big Ben next year.
Overreaction, because what does a healthy Big Ben look like in year 17 with elbow surgery that we've really never seen anyone come back from and be great or be what they once were? And you look at the rest of this team, Johnson has stepped up. We've seen Washington step up and make some plays on the outside as well, but you don't know what they're going to be from a running game situation where you see James Conner been banged up all season. And so just getting Big Ben back, and even if he's healthy enough to be your starting quarterback, you don't know what you're going to have. That's like saying, hey, if we flip Phillip Rivers, who's been playing in Los Angeles this year, over to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they would be a contender, because they would not. And so it's going to be difficult for Big Ben to just step in and make this team something that they haven't been this year.
An update from Steelers Nation and our Brooke Pryor. James Conner said he had an MRI on his quad injury sustained on his final carry. He said something didn't feel right after that. He's waiting for the results now and does not know his status for Sunday's regular season finale. You know what? I was going to say what's coming up, but you're not going to stay, right? You're done?
I'm out.
You're out.
I'm
It's
out.
Saturday
Bye.
out?
I'm out.
Must be.
Okay.
See ya.
Hey, listen,
Must
I got
be.
other
What-
studios to go visit.
Were you just driving through the area?
Yeah,
Or
what-
were you-
Studios,
were you
man,
here to
dropping
work?
off
What
presents
were
in
you
different
doing?
What did we do? Where's ours? I don't see
when
it.
Santa
Right
Claus
here.
comes to
They're right
town.
here.
Yeah,
I gave RC the tie.
He
Look
did.
how sweet
Did
it
he
was.
really?
You do look like a little elf.
Oh my God.
You do look like a little elf.
I was annoyed for like a minute. I'm like, why didn't get anything? That's totally unfair.
Is that genuine?
Okay,
I
good.
didn't
I'm
get
not
anything.
jealous
was
anymore.
so mad.
I was
Selfish,
something.
boy.
Okay, anyway. Jeff will be with me, though, on Christmas Day.
Yes.
How about
Sorry.
that? Oh, and you're here tomorrow, too, right?
Yes, I will be
Okay,
here.
good. So it's fine. But then you have some time to shop the rest of the